Whether it is the Black Panther, the Lord of the Rings, or Hocus Pocus 2, we want our movies to have a happy end. We don't mind the main character or characters getting roughed up or beat up in the process. But in the end, we want them to live happily ever after. When we leave the dark halls of movie theaters, we want to re-enter our messy and sometimes challenging lives, convinced that good will prevail, that all shall be well. Every year, towards the end of the liturgical calendar, Sunday readings invite us to ponder the last things, to remember that what we know and what we are experiencing now is not the final reality. The gospel passage for this Sunday may seem gloomy and depressing. Jesus warns us that our lives, even if we remain his disciples, will get rough, that we will be hated and betrayed. But, to paraphrase Jesus' words, we must remember that it is always darkest before the dawn. And when we feel that we can't take it anymore, he shall take it all and transform it into a new, redeemed world. I have been thinking a lot about Saint Julian of Norwich recently. Her writings, known as Revelations of Divine Love, are the oldest surviving book written by a woman in English, written during a period of great suffering and uncertainty. The 100 Years' War between England and France began before she was born and continued long after she died. As often accompanies war, famine was prevalent throughout England. And perhaps most catastrophic of all, St. Julian of Norwich wrote during a time of pandemic, the decimation of much of Europe's population by the bubonic plague. Perhaps it is surprising then that her theological response is not one of despair or judgment, but of love, solidarity, and hope. She is well known as the author of the prayer, "All shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well." When St. Julian of Norwich says, "All shall be well," it is not the Hallmark card statement of someone putting on rose-colored glasses or sticking their head in the sand, pretending all this bad stuff will go away. But instead, it is the voice of one who has deeply experienced suffering and tried to make sense of it. And the way she does so is through a brutally honest trust in the love of God. We can lean into it even when we don't see it or feel it. It is not a descriptive statement of now, but a hopeful statement of what shall be. It is in many ways an eschatological declaration. There will be a happy end. There will be life, wholeness, peace, restoration. All shall be well. Amen.